Hi everyone, so much love to you from our beautiful completion of the autumn Equinox 2020 seating ceremony.
How honored it was to have a beautiful, dear, precious group tonight as we led them in a sacred ceremony, a beautiful, amazing walk into nature, and just had an amazing time to celebrate this last equinox of the decade.
The entire decade,
decade. And
so special.
Have that opportunity and really connect with the land. I felt this was really powerful for us to go to a very special spot right behind us on crystal fields and have a medicine wheel and just some very beautiful exercises and sacred moments to share as we honor
within
this.
the ceremony of releasing, inviting, very consciously connecting with nature, consciously connecting with the center of ourselves, which is all about this fall equinox, being in the total balance of our sacred divine feminine, sacred divine masculine. And we had a dress code of red and white. It was so beautiful to see everybody dressed in their creation, and this is part of our altar that was set up, all dedicated to this sacred divine feminine, sacred divine masculine, and in the shamanic galactic nature of it, and just guiding the way of this gentle. It was one of the gentlest
Very
ceremonies
peaceful.
we had. Really, just preciousness.
And how amazing it was on a very warm day. It cooled off toward the evening, and what I find the most beautiful part of the day is the sunset. So for us to walk out there and then have just a very beautiful, energetic frequency
that was
supported what was going on. And I find how powerful it is during the equinox when we can really connect with Mother Earth and feel the gratitude of Mother Earth and feel our ability to really take in all the elements, from the water to the fire to the earth to the air, and we brought them all in each and every part of our ceremony, from our gratitude to our blessings to our walk to each and part of that. So I feel very blessed and grateful, and knowing that my energy was a little wiped from yesterday's all day of healing. And I told Honey, I'm like, Honey, you may have to take full lead of this one because I was just so exhausted. But thank you.
You did wonderful.
Yeah, it's just when you have to pull yourself together after a full day of healing, I'm
out
grateful.
Of love we
out
do
of love,
that.
So thank you.
It was so beautiful. Like, I feel after the purification ceremony with water that was done, and the gratitude that was brought forward, the amount of birds that sang was so beautiful, and that silent walk that we took to go by the water, and the silent walk coming back was so incredible. And the way everybody felt lifted after the letting go, and then opening up, and the gratitude, and to be able to then create the smudge.
Yeah, and then what was really cute is when we went to set the place, and you left, and I created the medicine wheel, and there was this butterfly that kept landing. It's beautiful black and blue, so I knew the presence of my father. But all these children came, and they were all playing, so I kind of held the ground just to kind of educate them so they didn't disturb the grounds of what I was setting up. And right when I left, there was this little frog that was like hopping all around,
so
and I was
cute.
like, wow. And that was like at 12 o'clock, so when I hiked in, and I went to set up all the candles and light and activate the medicine wheel, the frog was still there. He was hopping around. I was like, oh my gosh, this frog is still there. So it was cute to see this. I don't know if it was the same frog, but it was like wonderful because just going there and preparing the land, the blankets, and just honoring that space. I feel like when we get the chance to appreciate nature and to have that ability to connect with Mother Earth.
Oh my gosh, it was such a deep connecting, and I felt like having the white roses and the red roses to represent the sacred divine feminine, sacred divine masculine, and then having the pink roses to represent the sacred inner child, and everything from the crystals, and creating the crystal medicine wheel, and everything we did, and anchoring it, and the prayers we put into it, everything was so consciously co-created with the circle of participants. And one of the things that I'd never done before, it would just spontaneously happen. I gotten apples that was all around this in the altar from the farmers market yesterday, and they had been infused in all the blasting energies, and so tonight when we ended it with the apple blessing, and just everybody put their thoughts, their feelings, and their celebration and gratitude in their way, whatever was sitting in their heart, into this apple, and then we all did the apple blessing before we ate it, which was so incredible. And to have somebody, one of the participants, she's a professional composter, so she wanted to take the seeds and plant the seeds, and again it was all about the seeding ceremony, like seeding this higher consciousness, seeding the new ways for the golden age, and I feel like we really tap into 2020 frequencies together. As it's already here, so we're gonna enter it in so beautifully, and I feel it. And how amazing to have Lisa here, who's the owner of Rise Wellbeing Center, who will be doing the New Year's Eve ceremony for there, because we started the new year this year, 2019. We're gonna end it. It's just magical.
And how cool and amazing that we get to do this ceremony, several hours before the equinox.
That's
because
right.
the equinox will be happening
at
3:45
this morning.
And it's powerful when we can initiate within that 24-hour time period of all the blessings that come forward. And I really felt that within our walks, what we really placed into the earth, and then what we did with the water, and what we did in consciously really allowing ourselves to let go of what no longer serves as we invite these new frequencies and new energies. And so to hold that space and really share it in a group is just, it's phenomenal when we come together.
And then when we come, and then with that, and we come and create art with it. Right. Let me just show them what was created here. So these were Michael, this is yours.
I created an extra bundle.
Yes. So,
I wanted to stick.
Little smudge stick, and I felt this was so important to create the autumn equinox smudge stick, and I wanted to use cinnamon, and I happened to find this cinnamon sort of like what do you call it? Brooms, the mini brooms already made.
It was a stick.
But I also got the sage, so we had a little crafting experience, so everybody got to create their own, and it smells divine. So we get to dry it, and that way it carries again the sacred divine feminine, sacred divine masculine energy. So we get to clear this space, always coming back into our center, which I felt was very powerful. And I'm going to bring the other art project 1 second.
And it was wild because we took fresh sage and we placed it around this little beautiful cinnamon almost broomstick, and so we wrapped that around to let that drop make it. And then when we walked back, each of us picked different leaves that drew from our path as we were walking in a silence, in a meditation of being very grateful for each step of our own beingness, celebrating what we are, celebrating the vision that we want to create. So as we were in that silence, walking through this beautiful, wonderful path behind us, we instructed our beautiful beings of just friends and family to pick a leaf that they most resonated with or called them, and then they came back and painted that, or glued it onto the board.
So this represent the changes of our lives that we have gone through, and creating an art with it in this autumn equinox, that we each represent these different changes, and we're inviting the full range of the true colors that we are, the true essence that we are, and taking what has been transformed, transcended, transmuted, transfigured, and bringing the next phase in this inward journey of the equinox. And I love, there's some more leaves that we're going to be adding to this, and we're going to go ahead and then it will be painted gold to represent the golden era, the golden age, and we'll hang it, and this represents the group energy of our fall equinox participants, and how beautiful it is, and with all the prayers that we put, and all these prayers went into Gaia, into the grids, and I just feel so grateful, because I feel like out of all the ceremonies we've done so many ceremonies, I feel this is the first time, and I knew that. Doesn't matter how tired it was, how many days it took to prepare, I knew when this ended, I would just feel this so light. And it was like one of the most gentlest, precious ceremonies. And I feel because it's in September, it represents all the cycles that have been completed and everything that we have endured. And when I was walking back, I was just grateful to everything and everyone in my life. And on the walk over, recognizing like, wow, there were so many challenges in 2019, and how grateful I am. Just that depth of gratitude. So I just feel just so grateful.
It really,
and light, very light.
It felt like it was the washing away ceremony, and to have a moment where you can really just tap into the freshest water and plant the crystal from the heart into the land, into the medicine wheel. It felt so right, so ancestral, so shamanic in our way of connection, and to have everyone there dressed in beautiful red and white, representing the divine sacred masculine, the divine sacred feminine, and to really what I feel is honor and respect one another in such beautiful times. And when we can gather that and be in a place and make it really special, so that we can all celebrate together, so we can all feel it together, because that connection within us is that connection within this world. And the more we gather as one, the more we can feel that one heart, one love, one beingness, then that just really uplifts us and shows how special it is when we take that time in this beingness, in this present moment.
And it was so wonderful that you and I got to participate also in it. We're both facilitators. Often as facilitators, we are facilitating and we don't get to participate. And I felt like it was so nice. We got to participate and joy and laugh, and especially the children's autumn Equinox song that I played. It was just so precious. So we're going to post that here so you can listen to the song that we played. And we just want to turn on the camera and give gratitude to everybody that took part, that was here. We love you so much, and we're just so grateful for your part in allowing, in welcoming, in releasing, in just being and just radiating that deliciousness, and just these hugs that we receive, all the love that you extended to us as we travel end of this week. It's just, we feel so grateful.
And to bring to bring the biggest celebration of the equinox, wherever your hemisphere may be, whether it's the fall equinox or it's the summer or spring equinox, then my mind is almost through the head and out into the stars, that we honor this moment and honor this space so that we can all celebrate together in what's to come in these beautiful days of transition.
So we just wanted to share this. So much love to all of you, and so much love to everybody that participated. We're so grateful to you. May you continue, and may you feed your Christ tree until the beautiful solstice.
Yeah.
So much love. Aho.
Love you.